What's poppin', everybody? This is Sabro Finder 4 matches in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. This is a brand new deck. It's gonna have some similar faces in, like the D Heroes, but this is basically what Teledad can look like in 2022, I guess. It's based around, well, Teledad trying to get out big synchros, different synchros than Stardust Dragon, and we can bring out stuff like Beelze with this deck, which is a card that I really dig. Been digging it since 2014. Dark Arm Dragon is, of course, for the dead aspect. And we've got other cards that special summon tuners from the deck now, like the Rockets. Got the quick launch in hand, as you guys can see. And this is what this deck is all about. I have plenty of matches with this deck and updated it throughout, the, the weeks that I've been using it, the months that I've been using it. I've been using this for quite some time, sort of polishing it. But we won't have too much time with D Hero Celestial. They're gonna ban that card, as I mentioned in the ban list video. It's very unfortunate. It pisses me the fuck off, but what can you do? It's the clusterfuck that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Never fixing the real problems, just always other things paying the price. So anyway, as you guys can see, OTKing the opponent at the drop of a hat, completely possible, thanks to cards like Dark Arm Dragon and big synchros. Just very fast and a lot of damage you can put on the board. Your opponent doesn't even expect it. Even little touches through malicious, like those extra 800 life points you can inflict when it attacks, makes all the difference in the world in an OTK. So we're going to start with Fusion Destiny in this game, and yes, as you guys can see, I do run these cards. It's a generic card, as I said in the ban list video. I mean, if we're going to be running D Heroes for the D-Draw engine, Teledad, of course, I can throw in Fusion Destiny, and it just gives the deck some extra much needed power. So, MST, and I'm going to pop his monster too. Looks like it's the Blue Eyes egg thing. Okay. Of course, if you play Fusion Destiny, we won't be able to go into bells and stuff, which it's unfortunate in a combo-oriented deck like mine, where you're trying to do shit like that, but it's just much more broken in other decks. You know, the Fusion Destiny shit worded so wrong when they designed it. But whatever. We're gonna use it in our deck too. So, Destroy Phoenix is coming back. I mean, this guy's using Blue Eyes. He's going to have a hard time, even if I don't get any other synchros out, but I am, because that's how broken Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is. We're going to bring out Bells, though. I only got one of these, and I don't have any Dark End. I've got a few Void Ogre Dragons, which are in the extra deck as well. But, I mean, yeah, it's not the same where other bullshit decks can bring out all the best extra deck monsters. Now, technically, in this sort of a deck, you could bring out Baron de Flirt if you have it. I don't have it, but you can. I mean, Malicious is a 6. We do have level 4 tuners in the deck, like the Rocket tuners, as I'm going to summon right now, this dude. And you can go to level 10, but since I don't have Baron de Flirt, I'm bringing out Rudy Rose Dragon. It's a very good synchro still. This dude is going to surrender. The banish all cards in the graveyard's effect can be really good, but it can hurt you as well, for sure, in this deck. We have plenty of cards that we want to use from the graveyard. But it's the best level 10 that I got that's not Baron de Flirt, honestly. I guess you could technically use like the Sword Soul, whatever the fuck his name is, the level 10 dude that can prevent himself from getting destroyed by banishing a card, and you can banish shit. I guess it's another generic option. I actually do have it, but I didn't have it when I was playing this match. So you do have options even if you don't have Baron de Flirt. Bells gonna kick this dude's ass. Looks like it's gonna be the frightful shit. Beelze is a very nice card. It's not the type of card that's going to negate your opponent's shit. It's the kind of card that's going to be semi-invincible to a lot of shit, which, it's sad to say, it's not the effect that you want to get most of the time now, because your opponent can get rid of it, but you can't get rid of shit with this card. I mean, if they don't have the cards to run it over, though, it is going to be pretty powerful. I mean, you have to spin it, you have to bounce it, you have to banish it, or negate its effect and destroy it first. Otherwise, it can't be destroyed by effects or battle. Very handy indeed. So this dude is doing shit with the Frightfuls. I think Frightfuls, they should not be able to run over this card easily, but I don't remember all of their effects. I think they do have some dudes that banish maybe. You never know, I guess. Now, as you guys can see, I do have emergency teleport. I'm running the rocket like teleport engine, you could say, and the Krebon's emergency teleport engine too, like summon it from the deck shit. There's just plenty of cards that do this types of shit these days. Not just these engines, but these are the ones that I'm using. It helps that the rockets are dark tuners too, so they allow us to go into shit like Void Ogre Dragon and Bells, which is great. So I'm gonna summon Mali again and go into another synchro. We're gonna go into Colossal Fighter. Yes, I'm running Colossal Fighter. It's because I don't have a second Bells. If I had a second Bells, it would have been in the place of Colossal Fighter. But Colossal Fighter is kind of handy too. I mean, it gives you that help, I guess, if your opponent is using Skill Drain. This card doesn't care about Skill Drain. But they can pop it, and then it won't revive. It's kind of funny to me because it gets a special animation, and then other cards you think would get a special animation don't, which is a bit weird, but anyway. Eventually, maybe they're working on them. So, deal a lot of damage, and then this dude is gonna surrender, could not do anything. Excellent. Putting in some work with Teledad. I don't know if I should call it that, but it is technically the new version of Teledad. I mean, I've always been a fan of the strategy. Over the years, even after it got really locked up by the ban list after 2008, 2009, I've always had versions. Like in the Mermo format, I used the original like Baron de Fleur card from the chick in the 5Ds anime, like the Night Chick on the motorcycle. The promos from the Tech Force 5 game, like the Flirt Tuner, and then the Baron de Fleur that negates cards only on your opponent's, only on your turn. And that was Teledad basically. Okay, that was a quick game. This dude not doing a lot. Excalibur is in here as a rank 4 once again because I'm running Warriors. A nice 4K monster you can bring out. We do have Dark Grepher, we do have Drill Dark, so you can make those plays for sure. There's Shadow Mist as well, as you guys can see. You could definitely do shit like run Masks Change too if you want to build your deck differently. I had those versions as well in 2015, 2016, back when I was using Dev Pro, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. There's just so many things you can do with these decks. You know, the heroes, Synchro in. Now with all the new cards, all the other cards that came out since back when I was using it back in those days, you have plenty of options that you can't fit everything in a 40 card deck. So what do you know? We're playing against Floowandereeze, the deck that I hate the most right now. I don't know if there's any deck that's gonna top this. I'm gonna make a specific video for this fucking deck. And if I don't, I've got plenty of matches and plenty of stuff waiting in the wing for this shit excuse of a deck. What were they thinking? But anyway, he brought the dude out, this penguin dude with 4 freaking broken effects. It couldn't be 2, it could have been 3. It has to be all 4 of all the shit it does. And Floowandereeze, the whole deck, not only floats, it's an understatement to say it's a searcher deck. They loop themselves back, they grab themselves back from the banish zone. Every time you summon one of the other dudes, you can get the shit back. So you're never going to outgrind and run this deck out of resources, basically. It's impossible. As long as they can summon a Floowandereeze dude, they're getting the stuff that got removed back. Insanity. So this dude decided to get rid of Shadow Mist for some reason. Anyway, poking me for a lot of damage. I'm in a tough spot here because the penguin dude makes all special summon monsters have no effects if they're in attack mode. But I have a lot of draw cards. We're going to try and dig through our deck here. I'm going to try and do some shit. The other bullshit in this deck is that you can't really normal summon against it. Otherwise, they're going to steal your monsters and keep summoning on your turn and tribute summoning shit. Man, I just really got to make a specific video about this archetype because there's just so much to say. So now I can summon, getting rid of the dudes, getting rid of the wind statue, and now I can summon Dark Arm Dragon and pop everything. I mean, it's insane that I had to do all these little extra things just to be able to clear this guy's field. If it wasn't for all the bullshit control effects they have for free, I would have OTK'd this dude ages ago. Like having to summon Dark Arm Dragon in defense mode, not being able to go for a synchro. Just a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, so Pot of Duality, another card that this deck makes basically this card have no condition. Pot of Duality, because it doesn't special summon, so it doesn't care. It can normal summon 50 times in a turn, which might as well be the same thing, but it just makes Pot of Duality costless in this deck. Immune to Maxi, just so many little things. They can use Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Prosperity for free, since they don't care about the extra deck. All of the unfair shit. Just little things giving them an edge in the metagame and unfair shit. But I'm going to beat this dude somehow, some way we did it. Call of the Haunted, get my 1900 dragon, and just go for the GG. And I'm always pleased to fuck this deck over when I do. So it's great. And I believe this is going to be the last match. Open up with a few hand traps. Obviously, I have those in the deck. Snow Rabbit, Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit is nice to have because it's a hand trap, but it's also a psychic tuner. So we can get this with emergency teleport and go for plays, which is nice. I can get level 7 synchros out too, which I do have in this deck. So, Sword Soul. I don't like this deck. I hate this deck too, but I'll be honest. I did use a Sword Soul engine with D Heroes in the Duelist Cup because I needed a more serious deck to do well in the Duelist Cup. I made it through the second stage. I got a bunch of points, but then I decided to use like a stun, like anti-meta deck, and I was losing all day long. So I didn't do too great, but I did make it through the second stage after a lot of hell. I'll eventually show you guys matches with the decks that I've used and the stuff that I did. But for now, it's Teledad. And he got his own Rudy Rose Dragon. This dude is running this Synchro 2. And kill the Stratos. I'm just going to get him back so I can get another search. I mean, Call of the Haunted, it's good with Stratos because it gives you that +1. But obviously, the best thing you can do is summon things like Beelze with it when your opponent least expects it. Then it's really good. So now I'm going to go for Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Just a lot of Black Rose shit going on here. This one is one of the like GX manga promos. I wish I would have grabbed it when I had the chance. Like the original version. Sealed in the manga book. It's great because it bounces big monsters, and then if your opponent summons more of them, it can bounce them on their turn too. So, fucked me up, and it has this Sword Soul dude, but I've got Fusion Destiny, so I think we should be good from here on out. I mean, I couldn't really do much else, and I mean, it is unfortunate because, you know, we can send Mally with Fusion Destiny, and I could have went for a Synchro, but because of the limitations of Fusion Destiny, you can't do that. Fair enough. It's still worded poorly. But I forgot about it and still summoned Mally and Crepons, but it's fine. We're in good control of the game. So he's going to search one of these Sword Soul guys. This dude, like the Wind dude, going to go for Infinite Impertinence, make sure Destroyer Phoenix can't pop cards, so he can make a play here. It's going to summon this big bitch, and I guess he can go for a level 8 synchro too. It's gonna make the dude 5 though, and attack the Krebons, and I'm just gonna negate your attack. I don't know why he didn't kill somebody else. Weird. And at this point, I mean, this guy's getting OTK'd. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of life points left. I've got so many cards I can utilize right now. Go for a synchro. I've got the quick launch as well. I have a normal summoned. I can make another play. I've got Dark Arm Dragon. I can summon. It's going to pop those cards. Decider, another level 8 synchro, and this dude floats, so it's great. That's why they're in here, because you can't just go into synchros and minus these days. You gotta just get some cards back, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna pop all of his cards and then finish him off. And that's basically the matches. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Wazai!